Hi everybody, welcome back to Ouroboros Tarot. So today's pick a card reading is asking what was going on the last time you two saw one another. So we're going to go ahead and get into what was energetically happening, just so you'll be able to see whether or not that's your pile. If it's resonating, then you'll know that it is. We'll look into how they remember seeing you. We'll look into how they were feeling, as well as we'll pull channeled messages, get some affirmations and advice. So I have 4 piles for you to choose from, or 4 hearts for you to choose from today. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, and Group 4. Go ahead and pause this video if you need to. Take as much time as you need to find the pile that sits right with your energy as well as with your person's energy, and I will see you in a minute. Hi Pile 1. So today's pick a card reading is a pick a card reading about the last time your person saw you, the last time you saw each other. So these cards here are going to be representative of what was going on between the two of you the last time you saw one another. And this will be a good indicator of whether or not this is in fact your pile. And if this resonates, we'll go ahead and then get on into how they were seeing you, as well as how they were feeling. So, Pile 1. The last time you two saw one another, this is gonna bug me, go over there. The last time you two saw one another, we have Hunger, number 37, Rainbow Bridge, Peace, and The Vow. Okay, so Pile 1. With Hunger here, it could be taken very literally, where perhaps the two of you went out to eat or were sharing a meal the last time you two saw one another. However, a really big feeling that I'm getting from this Hunger card is that perhaps some time had passed between the two of you from the last time you had seen each other previously up until this time. There was an element of longing here. Longing, I think, to make things right, with peace as well. And there's imagery representing doves in both of these cards, in Peace and in The Vow. It seems like the last time you two saw one another, words were exchanged to kind of get on the same page, or to take this connection to the next level, perhaps to explain yourselves if explanations were needed for the distance that had been between the two of you. It just seems like there was a coming together between the two of you where action was taken to make things right, or to be on the same page again. And with Rainbow Bridge, it seems like this was probably something that felt a little bit uncomfortable for one or for both of you. However, there was an inner knowing, it seems like, that indicated that if neither one of you took a leap of faith, you would never cross over into the next chapter of this connection. So if that is resonating with you, let's go ahead and get on into how your person saw you. So the last time you two saw one another, they were remembering you as Fire Ant and Avenger. So it seems like they're remembering you as somebody who was kind of on the defensive side. Fire ants are obviously, they can be pretty aggressive, very defensive. So there may have been some defensiveness or some aggressiveness towards this person that they're remembering, in which they're recognizing at this point, at least, that this aggression or this need to feel as though you have to protect what's yours, protect your heart, had to do with something from the past, especially with Avenger here. The light attribute of Avenger is a desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. And I feel very strongly like this person is recognizing that perhaps the behavior that they had in the past was kind of instrumental in the way you showed up in this last interaction. So there's an element here of them taking responsibility and not putting all of the blame on you, or trying to rewrite the narrative, I guess. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for how they saw you. Let's go ahead and get into how they were feeling. How is this person feeling? Okay, so we have the Two of Wands, the Queen of Wands. So already there's a lot of fire, and this, remembering the fire ant, I feel like this could have been a very passionate exchange with hunger here as well. And that's something that's coming to the forefront. These are the first two cards that have come out. There was a lot of desire here. They felt an immense amount of attraction toward you and really wanted to make a move toward you. How were they feeling the last time they saw you? Okay, we have the Ten of Wands. I feel like for some of you, there was this, perhaps there was makeup sex of some kind, or just a passionate exchange that helped release some tension. And they felt that release. They felt as though there was somewhat of a fresh start here. They felt forgiveness, perhaps, with the Five of Pentacles, comforted or close to you when in the past there had been distance. I feel like they felt some relief. We have the Seven of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Three of Wands. My goodness. And then the Sun as the bottom of the deck energy. So I would say with the Seven of Wands here, they also felt a little bit defensive. And they felt defensive, I think, with this Three of Pentacles because their intentions, they didn't want to have to express so blatantly, I guess. They felt as though they should just be kind of like welcomed for coming or for participating in this energetic exchange. And their intentions were to work together, to find common ground with the Three of Pentacles here. And they felt kind of like they had to really prove themselves. But at the same time, they felt as though the last time you two saw one another, it cleared the air for something more joyous, for something more, for happier times. It's like they felt like they finally were back home. They felt like they had been away for a really long time with the Five of Pentacles here, perhaps left out, kind of ignored. And it felt like everything that they wanted was starting to come toward them, and they were very thankful. And with the Sun here, there was a huge amount of warmth. It feels like there was some healing that went on here. And they didn't feel confused. They felt just warm and like this was supposed to happen. It's very sweet. Very, very sweet. We also have freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. I kind of feel like they got an energy boost from this interaction, from this last interaction. Like suddenly not everything seemed like it was like, woe is me. Suddenly they felt very empowered and like they were on top of the world again. And in having a win, it almost feels like they finally feel like they got a win in life, if that makes sense. And in having received that, suddenly they were really empowered and felt like they could do anything that they put their mind to. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some channeled messages. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? You intrigue me. There's just so much fire here. You both could be fire signs, but really it just seems like there's a huge amount of attraction. I need you to let me go. I don't want anyone but you. I think with this, I need you to let me go. I'm kind of getting the same energy of this Seven of Wands and this Three of Pentacles. Like they're asking you to let go of the past so that they can show up in the future as who they truly are. I see a future with you, and I want to love you. Okay. Let's also go ahead and get you some affirmations. What affirmation is there for this connection? Instead of taking on the fear of others, I reflect love. And let's get you some advice. What advice is there for pile one? I'm a catch. I'm a total catch, and I know all the reasons why. I know that anyone would be lucky to be with me, and that doesn't mean I'm arrogant or snobby. Self-respect is just one of many qualities exhibited by this complete and utter babe. And one more. What other piece of advice is there for pile one when it comes to this connection? Cleansing. Feeling bogged down by the weight of 1,000 thoughts, feelings, boxes of mystery objects lurking in your closets? Consider this a prescription to clean house, mentally, physically, literally, figuratively, and anything else that applies adverbally. It's hard to make room for new connections and experiences when every bit of your emotional space is cluttered with psychic bric-a-brac. So enjoy a major guilt-free flush out. And not to worry, you can always find new psychic bric-a-brac in the metaphorical clutter section of Craigslist. All right, pile one. Well, this is what I'm seeing for you today. I'd love to hear about what was going on between the two of you the last time you saw one another. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I'll see you in another video soon. Bye. Hi, pile two. So today's pick a card reading is asking all about what was going on the last time you two saw one another. So these cards here are going to represent what was going on energetically, physically, the last time you two saw one another. And if this resonates, then you'll know whether or not this is your pile. Then we'll get into how they remember you from the last time you two saw one another, as well as what it is that they were feeling. So, pile two, to start, we have cleanse. Number 18, repopulation. Thanatos. And the mirror. Okay. So I would say that the last time you two saw one another, somebody was behaving incredibly selfishly. I would say that it was most likely the person that you're inquiring about. It seems like this person was very self-absorbed, and it caused an ending of some kind. It seems like there was a breakup of some kind in this connection the last time you two saw one another. It seems like there was a perspective shift with repopulation here, but not in the sense of there was a perspective shift where this connection could move forward. It seemed as though there was a perspective shift in which this connection was no longer a connection. And instead, either both of you or this person was looking elsewhere for what it was that they had just lost. And with cleanse here, it just seems like it was very sudden, and all contact stopped. There's just an element here of like nothing being left to be said or to be done after this last interaction. So if that resonates with you, let's go ahead and look into how they remember seeing you, how they saw you the last time you two saw one another. So they're remembering you as the hyena and as the Samaritan. So pile 2, I would say that they're kind of remembering you as, during this last interaction, trying perhaps to make it appear as if you don't care, or being very, very sarcastic or snarky, perhaps in defense with what was going on between the two of you. This is very, very heavy energy, and they're remembering you as somebody who was processing it in real time and reacting to this heaviness in real time. However, they're also remembering you as this Samaritan. And I think what this is indicative of is that even though they caused you harm, they still saw you as somebody. They were like watching you or observing you in this interaction, be hurt by them, and still somehow remain in your light and worry for them or be concerned for them and their well-being. It seems like this person was really not making decisions that were in their best interest. It seems very low vibrational and self-absorbed. So yeah, they're seeing you as somebody who, even though you may have been harmed or hurt in this, you still maintained integrity. Oof. So that's what I'm seeing. Like perhaps you turned the other cheek, or like didn't say the hurtful things that you could have said in response. Let's see how they were feeling. How are they feeling the last time they saw you? Yeah, okay, so we have the 9 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands. So it seems to me like with the 2 of Wands here, a decision was made. They made a decision, and the 2 of Wands is looking at this 9 of Pentacles. They made a decision to be alone, but it feels more so like they made a decision to do what they want, in the sense of if they're alone, then they don't have to feel guilty or concerned about the well-being of anybody else. They can just make an ass of themselves. Let's keep going. How are they feeling? We have the Hermit, the 3 of Pentacles, Death, Strength, the Page of Cups, and the 9 of Cups. And then on the back of the deck we have Temperance. I feel like this person had some sort of wake-up call. Like, I'm not necessarily sure if what this is showing has to do with how they felt immediately in the time frame of when you two were together. This to me appears to be more so how they felt after what was done was done. And what I'm seeing is an immense amount of regret and foolishness. It seems like the decision that they had made to be on their own didn't give them the outcome that they had wished. They had thought that if they were to act in this selfish way, they were going to be on top. They were going to come out on top, be this abundant 9 of Pentacles. But with Death right underneath it, it's showing me that they feel very strongly as though they failed in that endeavor. They feel as though they were impulsive, perhaps, and they should have perhaps taken a look in the mirror. With this Strength card here, it seems to me like they're regretting having made the decision that they made, and they're wishing that they wouldn't have been so impulsive. And because they were impulsive, because things didn't turn out the way that they had hoped that they would, there was a great deal of loneliness here with the Hermit. loneliness that they were resisting with this Page of Cups. This person is very incredibly selfish. It's like what I'm seeing is somebody who, when they want something, they don't care about how it might affect others. They're going to go for it. And then as soon as it fails them, they don't care how it'll affect the other people they've just involved. And they will go back to the people that they have hurt in the past to try to get rid of the icky feelings that they're feeling, which is what I'm seeing with this Page of Cups. And there was like an understanding that wishes coming true. With this Nine of Cups here, it's like they're understanding that success and dreams coming true and fame or whatever it is, abundance, whatever it is that this person was wanting, that they didn't think they could have with you, or they thought that you were holding them back from, really isn't worth anything if you cannot share that joy with others. And it seems like they've isolated themselves due to their own selfishness. We also have guilt. I think that they're, I'm not sure how much time has passed from this. And it could be that this person genuinely did feel guilt in the moment of whenever this was occurring between the two of you. However, they didn't listen to their conscience and they went ahead and still behaved poorly. That's what I'm seeing. It's very specific, I know, but that's what I'm seeing. Let's go ahead and see what they have to say. What do you have to say? What does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2? My heart is only for you. Pay attention to how I show up for you, not what I say. When I read that, I was like, that sounds like a load of lies just based on what I'm seeing. And then we have right next to it, pay attention to how I show up for you, not what I say. I'm beyond thankful for you. I feel like this person may have been like a rock bottom for them. I'm obsessed. I see the effort you put in and I'm so thankful. I think this effort that they're seeing or that they're mentioning has to do with this Samaritan card that we pulled. It's like you took the high road and they took the low one. Let's go ahead and get you an affirmation. What affirmation is there for pile 2 when it comes to this connection? I am ready to go big, rise up, and step into my power. Beautiful. And let's get you some advice. What advice is there for pile 2 when it comes to this connection? Wants and needs. I take stock of my relationships and I'm honest about what I want and need from the people in my life. I note the difference between the two. Wants are negotiable, needs are not. Both may be desired and either may be acquired, but that's getting into Venn diagram territory. And no one wants to draw one of those, though some of us might need to. So I think that that's really what this is really calling you to do, is to, if this is a connection that you're wanting still, or if this is a connection that you can't seem to find what the purpose of it was, your guides seem to be calling you to really ask yourself what it is that you want, what it is that you need, and really start reflecting on that when it comes to your connections, and see in what ways certain connections are not serving you and perhaps are holding you back from other things coming your way. Self-worth. I cast off all concerns about what people think of me. I know I'm a totally kick-ass person and my kick-assness can never be diminished by rejection. so people can think what they think and feel what they feel. In the meantime, I'll just keep on knowing what I know without thinking about what they are thinking about, what I already know, I think. All right, pile 2. Well, this is what I'm seeing for you today. If this resonated, if this was something that you experienced the last time you saw this person, I would love to hear about what was going on if you feel so inclined to share in the comment section. Thank you so much, pile 2. I'm really rooting for you, and I hope that you know that you are so worthy to be treated with respect. It's the bare minimum. I hope that I'll have the chance to read for you in another video soon. Bye. Hi, pile 3. So today's pick a card reading is asking what was going on the last time you two saw one another. So these cards here are going to represent the energy and what was going on the last time you two saw one another. And if that resonates, then you'll know that this is your pile. And from there, we'll go ahead and get on into how they remember you, how they saw you, as well as how they were feeling. We'll also get channeled messages as well as some advice. So, pile 3, the last time you and this person saw one another, we have determination, confidence, love grows love, and the vessel. So, pile 3, I would say that probably the last time you two saw one another, there may have been drinking involved. It seems like this may have been an interaction that happened, like maybe it was like a first date, or it seems kind of new, like it's just starting off with love grows love here. It seems like it's very fresh, and the vessel gives me the energy of drinking along with confidence here. It seems like there was probably alcohol involved in some way, shape, or form. If it wasn't alcohol, this could also be some sort of travel of some kind, especially with the mountain here on determination. But really, it feels like somebody took a leap of faith and asked the other person out, perhaps, or has just like a really strong focus on this connection. And the last time you two saw one another, it was very intentional in that regard. So if that resonates with you, let's go ahead and look at how they remember you. So they're remembering you as the turtle and as the angel. So yeah, I think this goes hand in hand with the feeling I'm getting of like a first date, or, you know, something just like really fresh. It seems like they're remembering you as somebody who was really taking it slowly, who perhaps didn't want to progress things, or didn't appear to want to progress things physically. It seems like they felt a little bit of a wall up with you, and they aren't really sure, or they weren't really sure what to think of it. It just seems like there was this barrier between the two of you where they couldn't get past because you didn't want them to, or there was boundaries, something like that. Just very slow moving energy. And then here, let's go ahead actually and shuffle the cards. Let's see how they were feeling. How were they feeling the last time they saw pile 3? Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. It seems to me like the last time they saw you, it was kind of like a dream come true. It was like, yes, I finally got what it is that I wanted. I'd been manifesting this, I'd been desiring this, and it finally happened for me. So they were very happy. We have the Four of Cups. The Four of Wands. The King of Cups. And we have Strength. Okay. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Page of Swords. This person felt confused. They felt confused about how you felt, is what I will say. It seems like they were feeling really, really excited. They felt as though this was something that they really wanted, but they weren't sure if you felt the same. They felt like they were like really putting themselves out there. And perhaps you weren't all that impressed, or there was just like a really reserved energy coming from you that made it kind of difficult to read the energy. They just felt really confused. They felt a little bit like you definitely held the power. You were the one in charge of where the interaction led. And it feels like by the end of whatever was going on between the two of you, it just left them with more curiosity than before. This person is very curious about you still. And then we also have loneliness. Yeah, it seems like they had been hoping that this last interaction was going to lead to more in some kind of way. Perhaps more intimacy, more vulnerable conversation, more, just something more. And it didn't go the way in which they expected. They didn't feel as though they were given that chance for intimacy completely, in whatever way that means to you. It doesn't seem here with everything I'm seeing. I don't see anything here indicating that they were really desiring to use you or to keep this as just like a sexual kind of interaction. It seems like there was more of an emotional thing going on for this person, and it didn't feel like you felt the same way, perhaps. Let's go ahead and get some channeled messages. I don't feel like I can do anything right. Thank you for seeing the good in me. That's conflicting. I'm unwilling to admit that I'm wrong. So maybe for some of you, this wasn't a newer connection. Maybe this was an older connection and this was some sort of opportunity to rekindle things. Okay. Let's see. Let's take things slow. How interesting. It's like I think that they're okay with taking things slow. Like with the turtle here, the turtle energy is very slow energy, and it seems like they are okay with that slowness, but they're desiring communication of some kind or clarity of some kind to know that the slowness is intentional and it's leading somewhere, rather than the slowness is representative of not being interested in them. Okay, let's also go ahead and get you some affirmations. What affirmation is there for pile 3? Compassion is my compass. I am willing to hold space for the experience of others. And let's go ahead and get you some advice. What advice is there for you on this connection? What advice is there for pile 3 on this connection? Tact. I speak and act with care, remembering that impulsive words or a harsh tone can sometimes hurt others. If it feels like I'm walking on eggshells, I'll remind myself that those eggshells might actually be a shop full of china, and I might actually be a bull. Then I'll remind myself to stop mixing metaphors. And we have compliments. I know how good it feels to get a compliment, so I give that gift to others. I'll find a nice compliment for everyone I interact with today, even if I have to think really hard about it, in which case I can follow up by complimenting myself for solving such a compliment puzzle. Wow, I'm skilled. All right, pile 3. Well, this is what I'm seeing for you. I'd love to hear about whether or not this resonated in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching Pile 3, and I hope that I'll have the chance to read for you in another video soon. Bye! Hi Pile 4. So today's pick a card reading is asking what was going on between the two of you the last time you saw one another. So these cards here are going to be representative of what was going on between the two of you. From there, you'll be able to know whether or not this is your pile. And if it is, we will then look into how they saw you, as well as how they were feeling. We'll also pull some channeled messages and get some advice. So let's go ahead and get on into it. So the last time you two saw one another, Pile 4, we have pain, service, number 22, and king. Okay, so it seems like the last time you two saw one another, there was some discomfort here for one person, and I'm not necessarily sure if whatever this person was going through had to do with this connection or if it had something to do with something else entirely, but it seems like the other person really stepped up here and really showed the other person what kind of partner they can be. It seems like this person was a source of comfort or a source of insight for the other person to help them. It doesn't necessarily have to be pain, like emotional pain or physical pain. With this image of this person brushing this other person's hair, this could indicate physical pain, like perhaps somebody hurt themselves and had to go to urgent care and the other person picked them up, or perhaps they weren't feeling well and the other person came over and brought them food. However, it doesn't have to be physical pain, nor does it have to be like emotional pain. It could also just be confusion or wanting to gather one's thoughts and really wanting to have a conversation about it with somebody that they trust. But it seems like the last time you two saw one another, there was just this element of being comfortable in one another's presence and one person showing up for the other person in a positive way. So that's what I'm seeing with that. So if that is resonating, let's go ahead and look at how they remember you. So they're remembering you as the hawk and the teacher. So I think Pile 4, for a lot of you, the person who is in this image who is brushing the hair of the other person is representative of you. Especially because we have the teacher and the hawk here. The hawk represents intuition. The hawk represents a bird's eye view, being able to look at the bigger picture, being able to look at everything that's going on in a situation while still remembering things individually, and being able to offer insight. And with the teacher here, who is an archetype of somebody who communicates and has wisdom and can share their skill sets. This person is, from what it seems to me, based on the cards that I'm seeing, it seems like the person you're inquiring about is seeing you for who you are, as somebody who would make a very wonderful partner or friend or whatever it is that this connection is for you. They're seeing it in the light. They're seeing it for what it is rather than perhaps what their fears could potentially be telling them. And they saw you as somebody who was very good to them. Let's go ahead and look into how they were feeling. How was Pile 4's person feeling the last time they saw one another? Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the Empress. I would say what this is saying is that this person felt cared for, loved, nurtured. They felt like they couldn't get any luckier. They felt as though they could let this be the rest of their life, if that makes sense. Like, just, there was a huge sense of comfort here, a huge sense of like stability or knowing, feeling comfortable in your presence, and also feeling very, very loved and nurtured and cared for. It's very, very sweet. My goodness. This person felt love. Not just loved, but they also felt love for you. How are they feeling? We have the Tower. I think the Tower is representative of whatever this pain was. Yeah, like it seemed like it's so strange. Like it feels like there was like an accident of some kind, or like this person just wasn't feeling very good, or perhaps they had some interpersonal problems that came out of nowhere during the day and they needed someone to talk to about it, or they were worried about something. How are they feeling the last time they saw? So with death here, I think another worry or like pain that was coming through had to do with like perhaps work. There's two different things that's coming through with death and the Ten of Pentacles. There's this element of like being fearful or like worried about finances, about career in general, or about perhaps other connections coming to an end, friendships, relationships, things like that coming to an end. But also with death is rebirth, and it feels like they were seeing you for the first time in a different light. Let's keep going. Okay, and we have Judgment. So there could have been, with the Six of Cups, the Six of Cups can be a card of apologies too. So this person could have felt sorry for the way they've treated you in the past. Or, you know, really it just feels like a wake-up call. Like I was saying, it feels like they're finally seeing you for who you are rather than what their fears have been telling them about you. Whoops. I think it's interesting that the Knight of Pentacles has come out reversed, as well as like the Ten of Pentacles being here with death. Like I feel like there's an element here of like not feeling good enough. Like they were viewing you as this teacher, this hawk, this empress, somebody who really has a lot to offer, and they were viewing themselves as somebody who does not have very much to offer right now. How are they feeling? And we have the Two of Wands, and on the back of the deck we have the Queen of Pentacles. They felt there was just like an element here of like kind of like chaos with the Tower and then the Two of Wands. Chaos or concern or worry, fear. There was just an element of anxiety here, of needing to make decisions. And I think that they're thankful to you that you were there to help them through whatever this was. This is so weird. I wonder what was going on between the two of you. If this is resonating, I would love to hear what was going on. Let's see what this is. This is imagination. So I get the feeling that you made them feel better. It wasn't just like you were giving them insight, like you actually like soothed them, calmed them down, helped them feel stable. And in doing so, you help them get back a little bit of their confidence and help them look at things from a different perspective in which they can really explore new avenues that they hadn't thought of in the past, which increase their imagination. It's very interesting. What do they want to say to you? What does Pile 4's person want to say to Pile 4? I don't feel like I can trust you. It's that fear that I was talking about. I want to be good to you. I can't wait to see you again. I'm using you. Very interesting. I think this I'm using you in all honesty, because there's nothing here that's indicating like ill will toward you. I think what that really is indicating is this Knight of Pentacles energy of like not feeling good enough. Not feeling as though they have anything to offer you the way in which you have to offer them. Let's go ahead and get you an affirmation. If I can find them. Okay. What affirmation does pile 4 need to hear? My high vibe thoughts create health in my body, peace in my mind, and love in my heart. And let's get you some advice. What advice is there for pile 4? Warmth. I focus on warmth and let it guide all my interactions. No matter how others behave, I choose to respond warmly. With warmth, I can melt any icy exterior. I can soften any hard feelings. I can microwave any pizza. Today, I'll adopt the saying, kill him with kindness, and turn myself into a warm and loving serial killer. Compassion. I choose compassion over criticism. Walking a mile in other people's shoes reminds me they might be going through something tougher than I think, like their shoes are too tight, or they're the kind of shoes that are too casual to be dressy and too dressy to be casual. Basically, I have no idea what they're dealing with privately, so I'll cut them some slack and be thankful for the shoes I've been dealt. All right, pile 4, well, this is what I'm seeing for you. This pile in particular was very, very curious to me, so if you have anything to share, I would love to read about it in the comment section. Thank you so much, pile 4, for giving me the chance to read for you today, and I hope that I'll have the chance to read for you in another video soon. Bye!